The Commonwealth Cultural Forum was supposed to be a flawless event, with every detail from seating to floral arrangements carefully planned to avoid any controversy. However, an unexpected audio mishap turned everything upside down. A microphone accidentally recorded Meghan Markle speaking backstage, revealing shocking statements about Catherine, Princess of Wales. The line, "I don't care what she's wearing, Kate can't outshine me tonight," not only caused a storm in the palace, but also sparked a wave of debate about the strained relationship between the two women. The incident, despite attempts to cover it up, quickly went viral, putting Meghan at the center of criticism and revealing the machinations behind the spotlight. The incident occurred less than an hour before the Commonwealth Cultural Forum was due to begin. In her private preparation room, Meghan, surrounded by aides and stylists, had no idea that the microphone attached to her dress was on. A sound technician, while checking the equipment, accidentally recorded her saying, "I don't care what she's wearing, Kate can't outshine me tonight, not here, not in front of them." The atmosphere in the room immediately became tense. No one dared to speak because everyone knew who she was. The recording did not stay in the room for long. A technician shared the clip with friends, and within minutes, it had spread through WhatsApp groups. Before Meghan stepped onto the stage, 3 low-level palace staff heard the recording, and one quickly forwarded it to Prince William's office. An urgent message was sent, "We have a problem. Meghan, backstage, microphone on." King Charles's communications director was immediately summoned, and his face was described as pale when he heard the recording. Meanwhile, Catherine, completely unaware, was still interacting with guests in another area, smiling friendly into the camera. Meghan's team panicked, realizing that if the recording leaked again, it would make headlines before the event even began. What was more worrying was that Meghan's tone in the recording was not just angry, but calculating. She also requested, "Make sure the lighting at her desk is softer. No spotlights." This was not just a fashion issue, but an attempt to control her image. The palace team quickly met in private to prevent the incident. An aide whispered, "If this gets out before the speech, the whole evening is over." The plan was to deny it completely, not share it, not comment. But things got complicated when a freelance photographer with a long-standing relationship with the palace was shown the clip by a disgruntled staffer. The photographer was told to keep it quiet, but the look they exchanged suggested that the recording was being kept as a strategic card. Less than 24 hours after the event, an anonymous source sent the clip to a foreign tabloid, which the palace could not immediately control. The article, headlined, "Microphones Record Shocking Princess, Rift Confirmed," quickly went viral. Although the full clip was not released, the descriptions of calculated insults and hostility were enough to paint a negative picture. The phones in the palace rang non-stop, with journalists repeatedly asking, "Did the princess really say this about Kate?" The official response was simply, "No comment on private audio." But behind the palace doors, the panic was real. The incident did not stop with one sentence. Sources began to reveal other actions by Meghan, changing Catherine's seat, adjusting camera angles, and even interfering with the order of appearance at the event. An old rumor that Meghan had vetoed a photo shoot honoring Catherine has now become more credible. On social media, an anonymous account tweeted, "Funny how the microphone never lies. Watch her eyes when Kate walks in." The tweet prompted the public to scour old footage, analyzing every glance and smile, pushing the incident into a global hot topic. Meghan's suspicious silence led many to believe she was preparing to strike back. In the afternoon, a blogger close to Meghan suddenly posted, claiming that the recording had been misinterpreted, that Meghan was only talking about stage logistics, not about Catherine. But the timing of the post was so perfect that people suspected it was a PR stunt. A blurry photo was attached, showing Meghan pointing at a planning board, but the reflection in the mirror, a man holding a boom microphone, raised the theory that Meghan knew she was being recorded and said those words on purpose. Things escalated when another audio clip was leaked, in which Meghan said, "If she walks all over me tonight, I swear I will show the press who she really is. I'm tired of being nice." This was an apparent threat directed at the Royal Global Partnerships Gala, where Catherine was scheduled to launch Earthshot's climate initiatives. Just hours before Catherine's speech, Meghan's team leaked an article to a U.S. blog suggesting that Catherine's initiative was inspired by Meghan's 2019 speech. Although unsubstantiated, the story cast doubt on Catherine's credentials, overshadowing her moment. Catherine, who has remained silent in public, asked to be seated at a subsequent event away from Meghan. The request, accompanied by a note about an unnecessarily hostile environment, spread quickly within the palace, prompting whispers that Meghan was deliberately trying to undermine Catherine's image. Another rumor claimed that Meghan had once said Catherine was just a brand without brains. Tensions reached a head